Winter Park TV 18, shedding light on the issues at hand.
Welcome to Community Matters. This week we're doing a follow-up and taking an in-depth look at the controversy surrounding the rec center now under construction in the Fraser Valley. With a recall of the rec board scheduled for February 17th, a group of locals have formed a political issue committee to try and thwart criticism of the current board. In this edition, we'll talk with the major players, including Clark Lipscomb, who donated the land for the project. There will be a recall candidate forum on February 5th at 6 p.m. at the Fraser Public Library, where current board members and candidates will have a chance to discuss the issue. In November 2007, voters approved some $20 million in bonds for the rec center and for a handful of local projects. A local developer, Clark Lipscomb, with Cornerstone Holdings LLC, donated a parcel of land for the rec center from his Grand Park development in a meadow between Winter Park and the town of Fraser. The land is valued at some $4 million. Shortly after the election in 2007, however, a group of locals cried foul, saying that the rec board was in bed with the developer. And rec board members say that delay tactics from the citizens group have cost taxpayers more than $400,000.
Some of the best developments and best communities in the world are public-private partnerships. And a lot of facilities of this nature, be it schools, be it hospitals, senior centers, cultural centers, art centers, libraries, etc., can't be accomplished without a public-private partnership, in due part to the cost of today's world and what materials cost, etc. So no, this is not an odd arrangement in any respect. In fact, it's very commonplace to land facilities of this nature. And the agreement that we have, that I know has been spoken about by the Concerned Citizens Group negatively, is a well thought out, very well written agreement that was heavily negotiated, frankly, between both sides. And there were certain things that were important to us, and there were certain things that were important to the rec board. And I think at the end of the day, everybody should be happy with the agreement that was achieved in the ultimate facility that's now coming out of the ground.
What really has me concerned is that some of the assertions being made that the rec center is on private land, that ultimately the bonds are private and not tax exempt, raise a specter of ongoing litigation and extreme expense in the future for district taxpayers. To make that argument and to therefore threaten the tax exempt status of the bonds, that is a self-defeating notion across the board, because that could, in the long run, result in much higher taxes for all the district taxpayers if there were to be appeal to the IRS, if there were to be lawsuits filed by bondholders, etc.
There's been a lot of talk about the reversionary interest. That's a very kind of key point to focus on, in that the original agreement didn't have a 6-month window to right the ship, so to speak, if they had a problem. And that was something that was negotiated back and forth between us and the rec board, and we came to a middle ground, and it worked for everybody. And the reversionary interest, and I've spoken to this previously at public meetings, is there to ensure that this facility always remains a public facility.
You know, I think it's important to understand how much of a benefit that this facility will have for our community. Being able to centralize our programs in one facility will be a tremendous benefit for us. It will allow us to offer more programs, stronger programs that will address the needs of our community and people that are visiting our community.
Well, I got involved with the Fraser Valley Recreation District, getting on the board, mostly because I've been living here for over 30 years. I have a recreation background. That's what I have a degree in from college. I kind of felt like it was my time to start giving back to the community. Also, the rec building had just passed, and we knew we were going to do that. I voted against that rec building, mostly from the financial part of it. So my getting onto the board was to try to make sure that if we have this rec center, that we can operate it and hopefully make a profit, not lose money.
One of the problems that we had with the rec district board was that there was a member or members that demonstrated plainly that there was a conflict of interest. The problem with that in turn leads to another problem. Mr. Clark Lipscomb, as an employer of one or more of these board members constructively sat on the rec district board. The potential there for self-dealing is dangerous.
My thought about there being any self-dealing may be best reflected in one statement. The one board member who was accused of this most stridently was fired by the very person with whom she was alleged to have been gaining from in this process.
Friends Advocating Valley Recreation, or FAVOR for short, is a political issue committee. It's a committee that's formed under Colorado law, and it's designed to allow people to talk about and fund a campaign relating to an issue. The goal of FAVOR is pretty focused. It's to do one thing, and that is to retain the 3 current board members of the rec district. Our message is really simple. Vote no on the recall.
Why?
We believe strongly that the 3 current directors have worked diligently and very carefully. They've done everything the voters have asked them to do, and we should be saying thank you for that. We shouldn't be calling them names or accusing them of conflicts of interest. They've done a great job. They've got the project on time and on budget, and they should remain in their jobs.
Well, the reason I think it's really important to keep the current board members on there is they have been involved with the project since before the vote. And then have been on the design committee, so they know what the project is like. They've been working with the contractors. In particular, Dan O'Connell has a great understanding of the project. He's also been in general contractor himself. He has caught several things that could have cost the district money that were overlooked by either the builder or the board, and he has kept everyone on their toes and kept things on time and on budget. And to lose that when we have, I don't know, what, 10 months more for the build process, would be really detrimental to the project. And if new board members came on, it's the staff that will have to teach the new board members what has gone before them, and it's just one more duty that they have to add to their already busy schedule.
What I think goes unnoticed is the amount of time and effort that our board members have poured into these projects. As a Parks and Rec director, I can ask for nothing more than to have strong advocates for Parks and Recreation. These are longtime community members that are looking to help us develop a stronger community to increase our quality of life.
The group that has focused on this, I don't think fully understands or simply is trying to twist the facts and confuse matters. And our intent is that this always be a public facility for the community that is operated by the Fraser Valley Metropolitan Rec District.
These directors have worked so hard, so diligently in this process, and the truly amazing thing is, despite all the roadblocks that have been put up in front of them, they've somehow got these projects on time and on budget. And that's the kind of positive, can-do people we need on the board.
I think to be considered a world-class resort, you not only need strong amenities on the mountain itself, you need strong supporting amenities in the surrounding community.
Creating more economic opportunities, giving people more places to spend money, giving them more reasons to stay here longer, not just come up from the day from Denver Front Range, is important to the overall health of our community, and that we have a lot of potential to grow this community economically.
When the final votes are tallied on February 17th, that should close the book on a controversial chapter in the Fraser Valley. For more information about this issue, visit these websites. With Winter Park TV 18, this is Charlie Agar.
Views expressed in this piece are not necessarily the views of RSN, Turner Productions, Winter Park TV 18, its staff, advertisers, or affiliates. Community Matters is meant to be an informative look at local issues and provide you with the information to make your own decisions regarding the content. Thanks for watching Winter Park TV 18, and please send your email comments to communitymatters@winterparktv18.com.